Hi guys, welcome. My name is Heather Jones and I am the #1 intuitive teacher and I teach you the truth code. You guys, we have been silenced for literally our entire lifetime. We have been taught to silence the one gift that God has given us, and that is our gift of intuition. So every night, you guys, I come on and I teach you the 7 keys for free, and I teach you how to heal yourself in literal seconds. So, you guys, key #1 is that you have been lied to. You have been taught to silence your pain. You have been taught that pain is bad, and you guys, actually, pain is the messenger. Pain is the secret language of the body. It's just communication. And when you learn how to use these keys that I teach you for free, you can literally heal yourself in minutes. You can literally know exactly what's wrong with yourself in seconds. So if you would like to follow along for the next hour, okay, I'm going to teach you the 7 keys for free. These keys are not taught for free anywhere. Because if they are, right, if people knew that they can heal themselves in seconds, something in my eye, the system would break overnight. The matrix would be destroyed. So you guys, I have helped hundreds of people across the entire world go from a 10/10 pain to a 0 in literal seconds. I have literally helped hundreds of thousands of people learn how to set themselves free. And you know what the saddest part for me is that there are still hundreds of thousands of people who don't know the truth. There are hundreds of thousands of people who are suffering in silence, who are holding on to traumas, childhood traumas, sexual trauma, physical trauma. And we have not been told how to heal ourselves. We have been taught that we can only heal ourselves through external things like painkillers. You guys, painkillers are literally killing people. Painkillers are silencing people's truth. We have all the medicine that we need. God has given us everything we need to be able to heal ourselves. Good morning, Tara. So I am here to help you remember the gift that you have been given. I'm here to teach you the 7 keys for free. It took me over 10 years of certifications and hundreds of thousands of dollars in certifications to learn these keys that I teach you absolutely for free. You guys, I have come on here every day teaching these things in hopes to reach one more person, to help one more person set themselves free from their pain. Because a lot of you guys are suffering in silence. Okay? Doctors keep telling you that there's nothing wrong. Because what you are dealing with is actually spiritual. And what do I mean by spiritual? I mean that doctors cannot do labs to see if you have been sexually or physically abused. Doctors cannot do labs to see if you have generational trauma. Doctors cannot do labs to see if you're being attacked spiritually. So, you guys, let's jump into the 7 keys. We're going to spend the next hour going through the keys, and then the last half hour, we're going to be doing one-on-ones. I'm going to show you exactly how this system works. If you're new here, make sure you follow me, get my free guide. I give you the keys for free in my free guide, okay? So, if you are dealing with constant pain, if you have pain right now, a 10/10 pain, I want you to stay and listen. So, key #1 is pain is just the secret language of the body. Pain is communication. How else would we be able, or would our bodies be able to communicate if something wasn't wrong? So we already know something's not right. But what we have been taught to do is silence the messenger. So when you take a painkiller, what you're actually doing is you're just silencing the messenger. The messenger doesn't go away, she gets louder. Okay? So the longer you silence the messenger, the louder she's going to get. Okay? Until she turns into chronic inflammation, cancer, Hashimoto's, autoimmune disorder, okay? Random skin issues, tumors, okay? This painkillers just silence the messenger, okay? So when you're dealing with something chronic, you've been silencing yourself for a long time. So I'm going to teach you exactly how to get to the root cause of what is actually happening so that you can clear it. Because all we are taught to do is to mask our symptoms. We are taught to take painkillers, which mask the symptoms. They don't heal at the root cause. In fact, most of the medications that you're on, okay, they don't even get close to the root cause. In fact, they cause hundreds of other side effects, long-term permanent side effects. Okay? So let's go to key number two. So key number two is things could be physical, but you guys, here's the secret. They're either going to be one of these three things. They could be multiple, but they're either going to be a parasite, a toxin, or a nutrient deficiency. Okay? So your body is an instrument. Your body can test with a 99.9% accuracy. Doctors and scientists have already proven this. Doctors and scientists have taken the human body, tested it, right? Then have done labs, compared the labs to the body testing truth. Guess what, you guys? A 99.9% accuracy, which means that when you ask your body gives you an answer. When you ask, you receive. This is scripture. When you ask, you receive. When you knock, the door is opened. The problem is that we have been silenced since we've been children. So we have completely forgotten our gift. We have forgotten how to receive answers for our own healing. So what does this look like? When I have pain and I test yes to physical, maybe it's a parasite, maybe it's a toxin, maybe it's a nutrient deficiency. Do you know that your body will tell you exactly what parasite, exactly which toxin, exactly which nutrient deficiency? And a lot of you guys are like, well, how? How does it do that? Well, very simple. When you have a system, how to speak with your body, which I have created, right? There's charts. So if my body says, yes, it's physical, I go to the physical chart. Then if it's a parasite, I go to the chart of parasites, which parasite, and I intuitively test. And then I ask my body, how do I clear this? Do I clear the emotion? Do I clear with food? Do I clear with the parasite cleanse? You guys, if my body tells me what to do, I'm going to do it. And if it says, no, that's not going to work, I'm not going to take it. So a lot of you guys are taking vitamins, painkillers, right? That aren't even touching or clearing at the root cause of what you're actually trying to clear. It's like a hope and a prayer, right? How many of you guys are hoping and praying that this medicine works? I hope and pray that this new vitamin works. I hope and pray that this new lotion works. I hope and pray that this new wrinkle cream works. So in my life, I don't live on a hope and a prayer, okay? I live on authority, okay? My authority comes from source, straight from source. When I ask, I receive instantly. I have dominion over my body. Do you have dominion over your body? Do you know how to ask and receive? Do you know how to get to the root cause of your pain in literal seconds? Because if you don't, I'm so glad you found me, because I'm going to teach you exactly how to do that on this live. And I've helped hundreds of thousands of people do the same thing, because I'm here to help people remember and awaken people to their truth. So, key number 2, you got it? If it's physical, your body will tell you. Key number 3, emotional trauma. This is the emotional key. Do you guys know that most people are walking around with horrific childhood trauma? Sexual trauma, physical trauma, emotional trauma, spiritual trauma, religious trauma. Anywhere from the ages of 0 to 25, if you have experienced any type of traumas, your brain does not have the emotional capacity to tell yourself the truth. So when I was 3 and I was 4 and I was 5 and I was 6 and I was 7 and I was being physically and sexually abused, I did not have the mental capacity to tell myself that that was not okay. So what did I do as a child? I told myself that I was worthless. I told myself that I was not good enough. Okay? Does this sound familiar to any of you guys? I told myself that I was unlovable. And so I carried that trauma all the way into my adulthood. You guys, childhood trauma does not go away. It does not go away unless you go back in time and you tell that little girl the truth. And so that is why I have included the emotional key. So when I have pain, I can test, is this physical? Yes or no? Is this emotional? Yes or no? Because as children, sometimes our body has protected those traumas, right? It covered it up, it protected it, and it hid it from us. That's why a lot of us have no recollection. We have no memory of our childhood. Okay, there's a reason why you have no memory. It is because your body protected you from those memories until you were in a safe enough environment to process those. Well, guess what? Now you're 30 and you're 40 and you're 50 and you're 60. Your body has chronic pain, chronic conditions, and you don't know why. It's because the messenger is trying to tell you there's something here that needs to clear. And instead of listening to the messenger, we what? We silence her. We push her down. We can't deal with that. Okay? When you silence the messenger does not go away. She gets louder until you are forced to deal with it. And a lot of people don't recognize that their cancer, that their Hashimoto's, that their autoimmune disorders, that all of the disease in the body stems from some sort of emotional trauma. Your body will tell you. And if it's not, if it's physical, your body will tell you. Okay? So who's ready for the next key? We're going through the 7 keys tonight. I give you the 7 keys for free. Okay? It took me over 10 years and over thousands of dollars of certifications to learn these keys. And the truth is I always had them. And I always had the gift to know I was just silenced for way too long. Okay? Let's go through the next key. We just finished the emotional key, right? Emotional trauma, sexual trauma, physical trauma. I know you have it. How do I know you have it? Because you've come to this earth to be tried and tested. Okay? Key number 4. Generational trauma. Do you know that doctors and scientists have proven through epigenetics that you can have fears, phobias, sicknesses, and diseases passed down generationally, multiple generations back? So what does this look like? Okay, thank you, Veronica. Oh, Veronica, your mom reached out to me too. I told her, I was like, you better have your daughter test you, queen. So you guys, generational trauma looks like this, okay? My dad came from generational trauma. You guys, generational trauma, it's a systemic, it's systemic, it's toxic. A lot of you guys know that there's a lot of toxicity in families, right? It's not all rainbows. It's like generational trauma, generational silencing, generational abuse, right? Narcissistic family members. Okay, a lot of you guys are the black sheeps because you're like, I'm not putting up with this anymore. Okay, hey, Sarah. So my dad, I want to show you what this looks like. My dad, right, was physically abused by his dad. His dad was an alcoholic. His dad came from war. His dad was taught to silence his truth. His dad was taught that if you cry or if you have any type of vulnerability, right, crying is weakness. You're not a man if you cry. You're not a man if you have emotions. So my dad's dad, right, broken, destroyed, massive PTSD. There was no systems in place, there still aren't, to help men. So he came home from war traumatized. How did he heal? He didn't. He silenced his emotions with alcohol, okay? And then he projected his trauma onto his children physically. So my dad, broken little boy, grew up to be a broken man, did the best he could, right? Did the best he could, but I was physically abused, physically beat. That's just how it was in our age, right? We got whooped with a belt. My dad's dad also served in the war. Guess what he had? PTSD, trauma. So you guys, these things, when they don't get healed, they get passed down. Then I have my beautiful mother. Sweet, innocent little girl, sexually abused multiple times. Okay? Her mother, when she was a little girl, was sexually abused by her stepfather. Went and told her mother, which is my great-grandmother, what had happened. And my great-grandmother smacked my grandma in the face and said, "You will not lie." Imagine being a little girl, a 6-year-old little girl, having your innocence violated. And then you go tell the one person that's supposed to protect you and they tell you not to lie. You guys, this happens way too many times. Sexual trauma in family happens way too many times. But guess what, you guys? Her mother was also sexually abused as a child and had horrific experiences and was an alcoholic. And so she was doing the best she could. And so can you see how generational things can get passed down? Doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be sexually abused or physically abused. What it does mean is that you will have the emotional traumas imprinted in your DNA of feeling worthless, of feeling not good enough, okay, of poverty. These things have been proven scientifically. So you might right now be sitting there at home with chronic chest pain, chronic neck pain, in poverty, because you have generational traumas stored in your DNA. And you guys, I did too. I was on the exact path of my mother and my father. I was abused physically and sexually, and because of that, I created horrific beliefs about myself, which led me to be a promiscuous 19-year-old who allowed men to do horrible things to me. I found myself in horrific relationships, right? I was heading down the same toxic cycle and pattern as the generations before me until I realized no. I was done. Okay? I asked and I received. You guys, for the first time in my life at 32, I got on stage in front of 200 people and I had a massive breakthrough. I realized that when I was 12 years old, I decided something about myself that wasn't true. There was distortion and lies. And because of that, I lived my life based off of my belief system, my codes. And a lot of you guys are sitting here right now with belief systems, codes from childhood, from generational traumas. And I can tell you exactly how to uncover them in literal seconds with these keys. It's as simple as this. What is this pain? Is it physical? Is it emotional? Is it generational? Yes or no? Your body will tell you, because your body is a literal instrument that can test with a 99.9% accuracy. Okay? Next key. How we doing, you guys? How we doing? You guys, these keys will change your life. They will literally change your life. It took me over 10 years just to get access to these keys. And then I realized after working with people one-on-one, seeing miraculous healing one-on-one, right? Was I healing these people? No, I wasn't even doing the healing. I was holding sacred space. I was using the keys. Their bodies were telling me exactly where the root cause was in seconds. Why do we have to give our phone number? If you don't want to give your phone number, do 0000. There you go. I think I have you put my phone number so that some people don't get the guides. I can text it or email it to them. Is there notes on this? Yes, get my free guide. If you want my whole entire system where I teach you how to clear these things in seconds, how to do this for other people, that's $27 for now. Okay, we'll be going up to $47. So after working with hundreds of people from across the world, seeing miraculous healing, I said, why does not everybody know this, right? When I had my own miraculous healing, why doesn't everybody know this? Why did I have to pay thousands and thousands of dollars to learn that? I always had the answer. Okay? Absorbed energy. That's the next key. Write it down. Absorbed energy. You guys, we are walking sponges. A lot of us empaths are walking around absorbing everybody's energy. Okay? Because we haven't set boundaries to our energy. We're people pleasers. We're yes ma'ams, yes ma'am, yes ma'am, yes sir, I'll do that. We take, but nobody helps us out. We're the ones that are always helping and giving and doing and being. And we're left exhausted. And then on top of that, we're absorbing everyone's toxic energy. Okay? We can actually absorb people's energy and not even know it. Have you ever watched a scary movie and you walked out feeling scared? Or have you ever been in a situation where you felt anxiety or depression out of nowhere? Well, you could be mirroring someone's energy or you could be absorbing it. And you can absorb people's energy and it can literally cause you 10-10 pain. You could have a pain right now in your body and all you have to do is ask the messenger, which is trying to tell you there's pain here and it's not yours. Hey, messenger, is this my absorbed energy or is this my energy? No, it's not. Cool. Okay, I'm going to clear it. Boom, pain gone in seconds. I love horror movies too. Scary movies. Yeah, hairdresser. Oh, Lori. Yeah, as a hairdresser, you're all up in people's energy. So here's the truth. I'm going to teach you a little bit of science, quantum entanglement. When you're within 9 feet of someone, our energies actually bounce off of each other. That's why you can feel people's energy. You can literally tell when someone's toxic. You can tell when you get the ick from someone. You can tell when someone's bullshitting, right? You can tell when someone's super insecure with themselves because you're feeling their energy. Well, after about 20 minutes, your energy is connected. It finally stopped bouncing off of each other. It's connected. But what happens is when you leave the vicinity, you take some of their energy with you. That is absorbed energy. And then you wonder why I have a headache all of a sudden or why my chest hurts all of a sudden. Okay, you can test. Is it physical? No. Is it emotional? No. Is it generational? No. Is it absorbed energy? Yes. Boom, clear. Send it back to sender. So you guys, I share this story every night about the power of absorbed energy. And the reason why we need to learn how to use these keys, because if you're a mom watching this, you have to teach your kids how to do this. So I had a friend who was 27 years old, came to me because she had massive stomach pain she had for years, right? She knew that I taught how to clear things in seconds. So she's like, hey, can I do a session? I said, sure, right? I use the keys like I do for everybody. We asked, was it physical? No. Was it emotional? No. Was it generational? No. What if it's your child with this energy? Yep, you can test. You guys, we got it was absorbed energy, okay? She's 27, it was absorbed. You don't stop asking the messenger till the messenger tells you there's nothing else she needs to say. The messenger said that she was 6 months old, that it came from her mom, that there was an accident, and that she absorbed the energy of fear, okay? We asked, do we need to know any more? And the messenger said, nope. So we cleared. You guys, within literal minutes, her stomach pain was completely gone. Her bloating, her gas, completely gone. For the first time in 27 years, in literal minutes. So of course, she goes and she calls up her mom. And she said, Mom, did something happen when I was 6 months old? Were we in some type of an accident? And she said, yeah, who told you? Like, how did you know? She said, we were in a car accident and I literally thought we were going to die. We shouldn't be here today, in fact. It's a miracle that we're alive. You guys, her mother was driving. Brand new 6-month-old baby in the car, got in a car accident, saw her life flash before her eyes, had so much fear that her little 6-month-old baby absorbed some of that fear. She was 6 months old. Guess what happened after that car accident? She started developing colic. This little baby, colic. Constant constipation into childhood. Massive stomach issues. You guys, she went to doctors after doctors. They couldn't test what was wrong. So guess what they put her on? Miralax. Miralax. For 27 years. And all we had to do was clear one absorbed energy from when she was 6 months old. So that is the power of these keys. So if you're a mother and you have children, right? I was down the same pathway of silencing my children's truth. Okay? So we're talking about the 7 keys. We're on the absorbed key. These keys unlock your pain in seconds, right? So if you're suffering in silence, doctors can't tell you what's wrong with you because it's not physical. It's spiritual. Hey, Sharns. So if you're a mother, I want you to listen to this story. This is my story. Okay, I was silenced. I was going down the same pathway generationally, right? When your kids are sick, you give them painkillers. You give them Tylenol, ibuprofen, Pepto-Bismol, right? That's what we're taught to do. Yeah, Veronica. So you guys, guess what? My kids, when they were sick, guess what I would do? Run to the medicine cabinet. But I finally learned how to stop doing that and stop silencing my kids' truth. So let me tell you this story. I had a 4-year-old. I have a 4-year-old. My son, Vince, okay? He's our sunshine baby. He went into the living room and just threw up out of nowhere. My husband's like, hey, Vince just threw up. What would I have normally done? I would have run to the kitchen cabinet and got all the medicine. Nope, I don't do that anymore. I test. So I asked my messenger to speak to his messenger, asked, was it physical? No. Was it generational? No. Was it emotional? No. Was it an absorbed energy? I got a yes. Okay? Guess what happened that morning? Me and my husband got in an argument, pretty heated argument. My 4-year-old little son absorbed that energy. And then his body knew exactly what to do and said, this isn't my energy, and threw it up, purged out the energy. And he was totally fine all day. You guys, that's how powerful these keys are. So when you have children, you guys, children know how to process emotions. When they're sad, they cry. When they're mad, they tell you. When they're tired, they take a nap. When they need to go to the bathroom, they go to the bathroom. So, as adults, we have forgotten how to listen to our bodies. We have forgotten that our messenger literally speaks to us. Our body speaks to us. That pain is just communication. And so we've silenced our messenger over and over and over again. And now we're adults and we have no clue how to listen to our intuition. We all have messengers. Your messenger is your higher self, okay? We also have other messengers like the Holy Spirit and God and Jesus. But do you know how to decipher between the voices? I do, okay? And I also know how to know exactly what my pain is in seconds. And that's what I'm teaching you tonight for free. So if you guys want to get my free guide, I list all the keys. If you want to learn how to clear these things and get to the root, how to get a yes or a no in seconds, that is what my $27 guide is for. Yay! I am very spiritual. Teach me the way. Yes. So you guys, I'm ready to go to the next key. Who's ready? Okay, the spiritual key. This is my favorite key. The reason why it is my favorite key is because I have dealt with the spiritual realm. I know without a shadow of a doubt that the spiritual realm exists. When I was 3 and I was 4 and I was 5 and 6 and 7, I was literally attacked by demonic entities. I saw them with my own eyes. I felt them. I saw shadow entities that would shapeshift and morph. I would have sleep paralysis. I would have night terrors. I would wake up and try to scream and my mouth would be bound shut. These things are very real. And if you don't believe in them, they're very glad that you don't because they can stick around longer. So, when I went to church and we read about Jesus casting out demonic entities, when he taught Peter, James, and John how to cast out demonic entities, right? I knew that he was talking about literal, physical entities, that these are not parables, okay? These things are very, very real, but they're not how they portray them in movies most of the time, okay? Most of the time it's pain. Chronic pain that just doesn't seem to go away. It's neck pain, it's shoulder pain, it's back pain. And doctors can't figure it out because it's spiritual, okay? But with the spiritual key, you can test in literal seconds what it is and you can clear it. So when I was 21 years old, okay, we're talking about the spiritual key. When I was 21 years old, I started to develop massive migraines. They were so bad that they put me in bed for hours. 3 hours of migraine. Pitch black, no sound, ice pack on my neck. I had to take ibuprofen 800, Tylenol 500. I had to drink a Coke. I had to put icy hot on my neck. There could be literally no sound or no light for 3 hours. Okay? This started happening every day. Okay? I literally thought I was dying. I went to the doctors. I thought I had a tumor. They sent me to a specialist. The specialist said, guess what? It's normal. You're just having migraines. You guys, if a doctor ever tells you that your pain is normal, it's not. Pain is not normal. I worked with a beautiful girl today and we cleared her pain in literal minutes. And she was shocked because she thought that it was just her, that she always had to deal with this pain, that it was her fault. And that is the lie, you guys. Pain, you should have no pain. Okay? You were created to not have pain or to have to deal with it. Pain is just communication. Pain is just communication. It is the language of the body trying to communicate there's something wrong so that you have the power to heal it. It's not like chakras. Have you cleared diabetes that showed up at age 48? I have not personally cleared anything because I am not a healer or a savior, but I have personally helped people clear chronic conditions like Hashimoto's, cancer, fibromyalgia, diabetes, by using the keys to get to the root cause. Okay? Your body knows exactly how to heal itself. You just have to remember how to listen. So you guys, I had these migraines going on 10 years now. So when I was 21, I got put on a prescription called Imitrex. I dealt with migraines weekly for 10 years. Finally, it was a miracle. When I say miracle, right? It was an accident. I didn't get my medication. I couldn't have access to it, right? I was somewhere else. I literally was freaking out because I knew that within an hour or so without my medication, I was going to have a full-blown migraine and I was going to have to go to the emergency room. So I reached out to my friend. And I said, hey, I need you to tap in, right? She did energy work. I said, I need you to tap in. I'm going to get a full-blown migraine. I need your help. Desperate. I was desperate. Anyone who has chronic pain knows what it feels like if you cannot get to your medication. It's desperation. So she said, sure, I'll check in. You guys, she called me back within minutes and she said, Heather, you are being attacked by legions of entities. And when she said that, I felt a chill up my spine and I knew that she was telling the truth. And so for the first time in 10, going on 11 years, I went to the bathroom, I put my hand to the square and I cast out in the name of Jesus. Legions of entities. And for the first time in a decade, I did not get a migraine without a prescription medication. And that was a living testimony to you that you can have physical chronic pain that is being caused by demonic entities. And you can know in literally seconds, and you can cast them out in seconds. I'm not religious. I'm very spiritual and I love God. Okay? Religion keeps people trapped because, anyways, I'm not going to go there. There's no middleman for me. It's me straight to God. When I ask, I receive. When I knock, the door's opened. And that's what these keys are. These keys literally give you permission to speak to your messenger. All these keys do is help you decode the language of the body. So I work with doctors. I've actually worked with nurses. I work with psychics, with mediums, with healers, with people, right? I give you this system to speak to your body. I call it the secret language of the body, right? So when my body speaks to me through pain, I use the keys to decode the message. I ask my body, and my body responds with a yes or no. Is it physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, absorbed? Okay? How? That's what I teach you. I teach you how in seconds in my $27 guide. Okay? I teach you how to get the yes or no. As you start using your body as an instrument, you're going to start recognizing that every time your body intuitively tests yes or no, you feel a certain way. This is the remembrance because it's different for every person. I feel a certain way when my body gives me a yes, and I feel a certain way when my body gives me a no. For you, it's different. You might see things, you might feel things, you might hear things, you might have sensations, you might taste things, right? So as you start intuitively testing, you're going to remember as a child what it was like to know directly what is a yes or no. And then it becomes game over because you can know exactly what's wrong with you. These keys also work for money blocks. Why do I have money blocks? Is there something generationally causing me to have money blocks, right? Why do I keep attracting bad relationships? Whatever you're dealing with, you can ask and receive instantly. Okay? First time? When I first started dealing with pain, I would silence it with painkillers. As I was dealing with poverty, okay, I felt, well, that's the card I was dealt with. Found myself working the 9 to 5, right? Having toxic bosses. Why did I keep attracting toxic bosses, right? Because I wasn't meant to have a boss. So if you guys want to learn how to speak to the messenger, your gift from God, your intuition that never lies, always tells the truth, can test with a 99.9% accuracy, welcome. Get my $27 guide. I give you the keys for free and a system on how to test and my free guide as well. Okay? Tell me how I can check out your guide. Oh, so click on the picture twice, you guys, and there's a link in my bio. So we have one more key. We have one more key. So we just talked about the spiritual key. Yeah, that's because you were not meant to be led. You were meant to be the leader. Oh, Casa, thank you. You and Veronica are just amazing. Thank you, guys. Is there a key called I'm triggered? Yeah. The key is, that's the first key. Why am I triggered? And then you'll figure out why. Maybe you're triggered because there's something physically going on, or maybe emotionally, right? Or maybe generationally, or maybe there's something spiritually hanging around. Maybe you absorbed somebody's energy. So triggered is the key. Why is asking the keys to unlock it. Hey, Jason. So let's go through the last key, guys. I have depression. It goes for months, but comes back all of a sudden. You can test exactly why. Why do I have depression? Is it physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, absorbed? We're going to go to the next key. Oh, yeah. Danielle. See, you got to test, why did it trigger you so much? You guys, triggers are clues that something needs to be healed. Triggers, nobody can trigger us except for ourselves. Literally, nobody can trigger you. It's you that's triggered. Why are you triggered? Use the keys to uncover that. That's where healing needs to happen. If you're triggered, that means you need healing. Okay, last key. Yep, triggers are our teachers, 100%. So if you get triggered, instead of blaming, you guys, when you blame, how many fingers are pointing back at you? You're the problem. Nope, it's you. Right? Everything really is a mirror until you can recognize that when somebody is losing their ever-living mind and you're allowed to hold your composure, you don't let it affect you, then you realize that not everything's a mirror anymore. When you're not triggered anymore, that's their problem, not yours. Yes, that's the second key, physical. If it's physical. Now, if you have a physical illness, it doesn't mean that it's physical, a parasite, air toxin, or nutrient deficiency. It could be you have multiple keys. It could have started with generational trauma or emotional trauma. Okay, there could be multiple keys attached to the same pain as well. So you guys, let's go to the next key, because after this, we're going to do about a half hour of one-on-ones. So you guys, this key, it's called the past life key. Crazy. Crazy. Can I tell you something? I experienced physical pain, and it wasn't from this lifetime. People are literally experiencing physical pain, and it's not from this lifetime. So when I was in my 30s, I had most of the keys. I didn't have this key. I started experiencing chest pain. I couldn't breathe. It was going on for weeks. I went to the doctors, said it was probably a virus, right? When the doctors can't figure it out, it's a virus. But it was getting worse. It was getting worse. And so I asked my body, what is this pain? What is this pain in my chest? Guess what my body told me? It's not from this lifetime. I didn't believe anything other than this lifetime at the time. So I just brushed it off. I'm hard-headed. Then a couple more days later, going on 4 weeks of this, I couldn't breathe, you guys. This is way before COVID too. It was like deep or short, shallow breaths is all I could do. So I asked my body again. I said, what is this pain? And my body said, it's not from this lifetime. So I went on YouTube, right? I looked up a past life meditation regression, past life regression meditation. And I did this meditation. You guys, I found myself in vision. I literally was transported to another time. I saw myself as a redheaded woman, right, in a castle. I was crying my eyes out. I knew that I was being treated worse than the dog. I knew that I was being used to bring male heirs into this kingdom, right? I was silenced. I had no friends. I had no voice. I was a woman. I was nothing. I was worth nothing. And I felt every emotion that she was feeling. And so when I came out of that vision, you guys, my chest was on fire. Nothing changed. So I was like, what was that? Yeah, that could totally be it. I was an addict up to my 40th birthday. If you still are an addict or you're sober now, congratulations. You guys, addicts aren't broken people. They're just trying to suppress the traumas that happened in childhood. Addicts are people who are seeking things to heal the trauma. But when you seek things outside of yourself, the hole gets bigger and bigger, and then you need more and more to satisfy the silencing until for some people it's too late. Okay? When I see addicts, all I see are broken little children living inside of their bodies that need a voice, that need somewhere to share the trauma that happened to them. Okay? They need healing. They need unconditional love and compassion. Okay? So here I am, you guys, with this chronic chest pain. I come out of this meditation and I reach out again to the same friend who did my neck, who told me that I had legions of entities in my neck. So I reached out to her. I didn't tell her anything because she came from the same religious background, so I assumed she didn't believe in past lives. So anyways, I reached out. I said, hey, I've been having this chronic chest pain. It's going on for almost a month. Can you please get me in? So we did a session. She's working on me. About 5 minutes into the session, I tell her, like, hey, I think this is not from this lifetime. And she's like, oh, good. She's like, it's not. She's like, I see a redheaded little girl running through the fields. And you guys, when she said that, my soul lit on fire. I knew that she was seeing the same exact woman in an earlier time that I had seen in my vision. And you guys, the second she said that, it was like, again, a lightning bolt shot through my body. It was truth. It was confirmation. Guess what happened to the chest pain? It was completely gone. Completely gone in literal seconds. The chest pain that I had for almost a whole month, gone. And I could breathe. And you guys, I knew then, instantly, that people were being that people had physical pain from a past life. Okay? I had since then got certified in past life regression, right? I would spend hours with people in meditation to go to a past life to figure out what their traumas were. You don't need to do that. All you need are the 7 keys. You need your intuition. Do I have a past life block? Yes or no? If it's a no, you don't need to waste your time. What to do if the form didn't take me forward? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Hey, welcome, Lorena. So you guys, those are the 7 keys. If you're new here and you didn't get all the keys, that's okay. You can get it in my free guide. Okay, but when you have the 7 keys and you have your way to test yes or no, your body's an instrument. You guys, I learned the system in Germany. Okay, the system I teach you in my $27 guide is the same exact system I learned in Germany. How to get a yes or a no. Right? Doctors and scientists. That's okay, Shelby. Love you, Queen. Doctors and scientists have proven that our bodies are instruments. So the same guy that I learned from, he was a doctor, right? He wanted to get results for his patients. He was tired of waiting for people to get labs back because people needed healing instantly. He couldn't wait 2 or 3 or 4 weeks to get labs back. They needed healing now. So he asked God, right? Source. I don't know if he believes in God or source, but anyways. And he was told, your body is an instrument. Your body can literally tell you what you need to know. And so he created this system on how to test yes or no. This is the exact system I teach you in my $27 guide. Hi, you're German. So do you know Innerwise? Do you know, I can never remember his name, but I love that. So I learned this system, you guys, and it was life-changing because I certified in kinesiology. That's okay. I certified in the systems here in the States and I couldn't figure it out. I was handicapped. But the second I learned his system, it was so easy to get a yes or no that even my kids know how to do this. So when you get your yes and no, and then you have your keys. So in my $27 guide, you guys, I have all the charts. So if it's physical, I'm going to tell you if it's a parasite, a toxin, or nutrient deficiency, you can know. And then you can know how to clear it. If it's a trapped emotion, which trapped emotion? If it's something spiritual, what is it? Is it demonic? Is it an unclean spirit? Is it a curse? Is it a hex? You could know in literal seconds. So if you'd like my full system, my complete system, it's $27. You guys can get that now before it goes to $47. And it's life-changing. Yes. Oh, I'm glad you're here, Hummingbird. Yes, Veronica, my queen. You're my star student. She just took it and ran with it. You guys, this tool is life-changing. I don't know. I'm not here to it's just truth. It's the truth code. It literally is all the information you need to remember who you are, to remember your spiritual gifts, why you're here. You guys, when you learn how to remember to access your intuition, your gift, you can ask any question, and you will receive the answer instantly. That's how amazing this system is, okay? This is not woo-woo. This is literal gifts from spirit that you have access to right in this very second. You have just been silenced for so long. So if you click the link in my profile, you guys, it'll take you to my store, my stand store. So this is my guide, okay? It has all the charts, every single chart that you need to test. It's the complete system. And I have also added video trainings for those people who need to see. But I love it. It's life-changing. Don't take my word for it. Okay, there's hundreds of thousands of people who have bought in this system. I have hours and hours of YouTube videos where you can watch people go from a 10-10 pain to a 0 in literal seconds. It's incredible. So we're going to do some one-on-ones. So what we're going to do is, this is what I need you to do. So make sure you listen first before you respond. Okay, I need you to say, I give you permission. I have 10-10 pain in my back. Something like that. Okay, and then I will just, does somebody want to be a moderator for me tonight? It's Heather Ashley Jones. You guys can find me on all the social media platforms. Just search online Heather Ashley Jones. Yay! All right, Marie, you're the first one up. So Heather Ashley Jones, you can find me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, but it's all Heather Ashley Jones. Okay, Marie. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do this. So you're a 1-8 or you're like an 8 out of 10 pain in your lower back. I'm a little confused. Hey, Dale, wake up. I remember you, Dale. And then Dale, 10-10, pain. Okay. Lisa. Oh, hey, Queen. Thank you. Can you help me moderate, Lisa? You don't have to. I don't want you to feel like you have to, but if you can, that will be amazing. And I think, yeah, you're already a moderator. Perfect. Thanks, love. Okay. So we'll do Marie first and then Dale, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so you guys, in my system, I teach you exactly how to do what I'm doing. Because there is a way to do this for other people. Now, you have to remember, I am not a healer. I'm not a savior, okay? Do I have psychic and medium abilities? Yes, I do, okay? But I am not here to use my gifts. I'm not here to heal people. Healing comes from you. You heal yourself, Okay, the reason why you're not healed is because you keep seeking external things to heal you. You're not broken. There's just distortion and lies that need to be cleared. Okay? You just need to figure out which key will unlock your truth and hold sacred space for your body to heal itself. Children know exactly how to do this. So what I'm going to do, Marie, is I'm going to test for you, speak to your messenger. Your messenger is going to tell me which key will unlock your truth. And then when the messenger is done speaking, you are going to clear. So the fastest way that I have seen people clear their pain is through breath and unconditional love. Okay? If it's not pain, these keys still work. If you have a money block, if you have bad relationships, if there is no pain, you still use the keys. Where is my block? Is it generational? Is it past life? Okay? So, Marie, when I unlock the pain, you're going to just breathe in unconditional love to the pain, and then you're going to breathe the pain out through your breath, okay? So I have permission to test Marie. Yes, her lower back. She has lower back pain. Okay, what key is going to unlock her pain? Is it physical, emotional? It's spiritual. Okay, the first key is spiritual. Okay, so do I need to know more? Does she need to know more? No. If you don't need to know more, you can clear it. So Marie, this is what we're going to do, okay? You're going to say, I command, spiritual good? Okay. I command this spiritual entity to leave my body now. And I fill that space with unconditional love. And you just breathe. I command that spiritual entity to leave my body now. I clear any tracers or trackers that I'm put into my body, and I become invisible to it. And I fill the space with unconditional love. And you just keep breathing in unconditional love, breathing out the pain. This will bring her pain to a 7, a 6, a 5. This will bring your pain to a 4, which means there's another key. Okay, what's the key? Is it physical, emotional, spiritual? Spiritual again. Okay. Do we need to know more? Yes. Is it an unclean spirit? Is it demonic? It's a deceiver? That makes sense. Okay, so it's a deceiver entity. Deceiver entities pretend to be angels of light. Sometimes they pretend to be childhood best friends, the imaginary friends. Do we need to know more? Yes. Do we need to know what age? Yes, 1 through 5, 5 through 10, 5, 6, 7. So at 8 years old is when this deceiver entity attached to your body. Okay, deceiver entities don't just attach to children for no reason. Usually there is trauma involved. There's sexual or physical trauma. Or there's an emotion that we created it about ourselves, that we're not good enough, we're unworthy, we're unlovable. That emotion creates a resonance in our body that attracts those things, okay? And so as a child at 8 years old, this is when this deceiver entity attached to you. So we're going to ask what emotion, okay? So in my charts, I go to my emotional chart and I ask, which trapped emotion is it? So it's 65. Love unreceived at 8, Marie. Love unreceived. So Marie, what I want you to do, this is what I always do when it comes to childhood pain. Love unreceived at 8 years old. Marie, are you still here? Hey guys. Oh, I missed a lot of messages. Yeah. Lots of people got the guide. So Marie, what I want you to do is I want you to take a couple deep breaths in and out. And then I want you to see that 8-year-old little Marie. And I want you to heal her by telling her the truth about that love unreceived. And witness her body being healed and filled with unconditional love. I don't know if Maria is still in here. Hopefully she is, because I keep testing she is. Now I want you to command this deceiver entity to leave your body. I command this deceiver entity to leave my body. I remove any tracers or trackers and I become invisible. You can never find me in any timelines, in any dimensions, in any space. And then I fill that space with unconditional love. Does she need another key for her lower back? Nope. This will bring your back pain down to a 0, Marie. Okay, who's next? Was it Dale? Dale, are you still here? And then Marie, let us know how you're feeling because I think you're getting filtered out. If you're still here, let us know. If not, memorize this. Okay, Dale is here. Perfect. So Dale, 10-10 pain. Okay, so I have permission to test Dale. Yes. Okay, we're going to use the keys. Is it physical, emotional, spiritual? Oh, lots of spiritual today, you guys. That is the theme for today. Okay, so it's the spiritual key. Okay. Is it good or bad? It's unclean spirit. It's a demonic. It's a deceiver. Do we need to know the age? Yes. 1 through 5, 5 through 10, age 5, age 6. So age 6. Do we need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page, back page, 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63. So worthless. Worthless, Dale, at age 6. Did anything specific happen at age 6, Dale? So Dale, what we're going to do is I'm going to have you see that 6-year-old little you. Oh, yeah. So Dale, I'm so sorry. Molested at age 6. Worthless. That is when that deceiver entity came in. So Dale, I want you to take a couple deep breaths in and out. And just know that you are safe. And I want you to see that 6-year-old little you. And I want you to wrap your arms around that 6-year-old little you. And tell yourself the truth about that worthless energy. That you are unconditional love. That you are worthy, that you are enough. And that what happened to you did not destroy you. It did not touch you. And I want you to see your 6-year-old little body being healed, completely healed. All the broken parts of your body being completely healed. And just breathe in unconditional love into this 6-year-old until this 6-year-old comes back to life. This 6-year-old feels free for the first time. So much love and so much joy, laughter, happiness. This 6-year-old you gets to be free for the first time because for the first time you have told yourself the truth about those lies and the distortions that you told about yourself that just weren't true. And you fill that space, all those empty spaces with unconditional love. Good job. Now we're going to clear this deceiver. So you're going to say this with me. You can say it out loud or in your mind, but I command this deceiver entity. Are there more than one? No. I command this deceiver entity that attached to me when I was 6 years old to leave my body now. I remove any tracers or trackers that were implanted into my body and I become invisible to you. You can never find me or see me in any timelines, in any dimensions, in any space. And I fill that space with unconditional love. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure you're taking big, deep breaths in. Has that been cleared? Yes, 100%. Yes. What will that pain go down to? A 10, a 9, an 8, a 7. That will bring your pain down to a 6, Dale. Yes. Thank you, Suzette. How you doing, Dale? Yes, Hummingbird. So, Dale, there's another key. okay? Connected to your pain. It's physical, emotional, spirit. It's generational from your dad. So it's generational from your dad. You guys, I teach you this whole system, okay? I teach you this entire system. It's only $27. It's priceless. Do you need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page, back page, 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. Lost. So generational trauma from your dad's line of this feeling of lost. Okay, so this is being imprinted in each generation, and you're carrying that right now. So you get to command this lost energy to leave. So Dale, I want you to say, I command this generational trauma of feeling lost to leave my body. And I fill that space with unconditional love in all timelines, in all dimensions, in all space. And remember to breathe. Breathe in unconditional love into your body, and you're breathing out the pain. Has that been cleared? Yes, 100%. Yes. Does he have another key? No. That's it. Dale, how are you feeling? How are you feeling, Dale? Thank you, Suzette. You're my number one, queen. Good. Okay. The pain was at a 10. Let us know when that pain gets down to a 0. Will Dale get to a 0 tonight? A 1, a 2. You will get down to a 3 pain tonight, Dale. So you let us know when that gets down to a 3 so that we can all support you and mass love you on here, okay? So when Dale gets to a 3, that's what we're going to do. You guys, I do this every single day. These keys are not magic, they're truth, okay? You can unlock your pain, right? You can figure out the root cause of your pain in literal seconds. Anybody can do this. Literally, anyone can do this. Oh, you're welcome, Marie. Good, you're back, Marie. I wasn't sure if you were still here, Queen. Let me know what your pain drops down. Dale, are you already at a 3? Dale. Yes. Yes, you guys, Dale went to a 3. That was literal minutes. That was literal minutes. Yes, Dale. Can we all at heart Dale and just mass art heart Dale? You guys, I don't know how long Dale or Marie have been dealing with this pain, but can you imagine going from a 10-10 pain to a literal 3 pain in minutes because you were carrying things that are not physical? You guys, doctors cannot tell you if you've been sexually or physically abused. Okay? They cannot pull those up in labs. They just can't. 20 years, Dale. 20 freaking years. You guys, sometimes it's really hard for me to come on live because I'm tired. I'm a mommy. I'm doing all the things. But so make me cry. The reason why I come on is because so many people are suffering. So many people are suffering. And they're suffering because they're being silenced. They're being gaslit. They're being told that nothing's wrong with you. When in fact, there is something definitely very wrong and broken, but it's the lies and it's the distortion. It's the silencing. It's the generations of silencing our gift, of making us believe that there's no other way to heal ourselves, when the truth is that we have everything we need to heal ourselves. Literally everything we need to heal ourselves is right in here. Everything else is a lie. What time? I'm not sure. It's 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time here. Thank you, Suzette. I freaking love you. We have to meet up, Suzette. I didn't realize you were in Utah. Queen, I am in Utah. Lunch date. I give you permission. Okay, who's next? Let's see who's next. Thank you, Mia. Okay, memorize this. That's right. All right, memorize this. Will you please remind me what we are going to work on. And you guys, I probably will only have time to do one more person after memorize this. So this is what I want you to do. Please do not think that I don't see your messages. I see all of your messages. If I could do this every day for every single person, I would. But that's not why I do this. I do this because I want you to be able to fish for yourself. Right? I'm teaching you how to do this for yourself so you never, ever, ever have to rely on anyone else ever again. So make sure you get my free guide. Okay? Learn the keys. Start practicing. If you want my full system, invest $27. Yes, Hummingbird. Okay, severe pain in the right hip and back. Okay. Oh, thank you, Lisa. Okay, hip, 9, 10, and the back. So you guys, sometimes people have multiple pains. So I'm assuming you're female, maybe not memorize this. You have back in your hip and your back. Are these connected? Yes. So they are connected. Sometimes if people have multiple pains, they're not connected. So you need to use the keys to treat them separately. So, and your body will tell you what needs to be treated first. So if you have 2 pains, shoulder and let's say your stomach, you would ask your body, which one do I need to treat first? It will tell you, treat your shoulder first, then treat your stomach, or vice versa. So do I have permission? Yes. Female. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so let's ask, what is the first key? Physical, emotional, spiritual. Generational is the first key. So generational trauma is storing in your hip right now and your back, causing you physical pain. How about that? Crazy, huh? Do we need to know more? Yes. Do we need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page, back page. You guys, all I'm doing when I say front page, back page is asking, is it the front page or the back page of the emotion? And then I go down the number. Is it 50 through 60? 60 through 70, it's 61, 62, it's 63. So worthless. So there's generational trauma of feeling worthless that was imprinted into your DNA. So generations back from your dad's side, worthless. Does she need to know how many generations back? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 generations back of this imprinting stored in your body. So now that you know, the messenger told you what it is, now you can clear it. So I command this generational trauma of feeling worthless that is stored in my back and hip to leave my body now. And I fill that space with unconditional love in all timelines, in all dimensions, and in all space. And you just keep breathing unconditional love. Thank you, Lisa. Yep, generational from your dad's side. It doesn't matter if your dad was in your life or not, you guys. When your mom and dad come together, they have their own DNA imprints. Okay, when you were born, you have those imprints. It is stored in the DNA. Generations back. Does she need another key for her back and hip? Ooh, does she need another key for her back and hip? That is it. Will her pain get down to a 1, a 2? Your pain and your back and hip will get down to a 3. Literally tonight. So you just keep breathing. You let us know when that goes down. There's no more keys for now. Okay, let's talk about your shoulder pain. 3. Are you down to a 3 already? Did you already get to a 3? Okay, let's test your shoulder. Not yet. Okay, let us know when you get to a 3. Okay, shoulder, physical, emotional, spiritual. The shoulder is spiritual. Is it an unclean spirit? It's a demonic. It's a deceiver. Okay, it's a deceiver entity. What age? 1 through 5, 5 through 10, age 5, age 6, age 7. At age 8, it attached to you at age 8. Do we need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page, back page. Oh my goodness, Hummingbird, you're amazing. I need to start going on earlier. I'm glad you're here, though. I'm glad you found me. It was divine. 50 through 60, 61, 62, worthless. Worthless again. Attached to your shoulder when you were 8 years old. Okay, something happened at 8 years old where you decided that you were worthless. That deceiver entity picked up on that frequency that you were emitting, anchored on. Yeah. So the first thing that you need to do is I want you to close your eyes, take a couple big deep breaths in and out, and I want you to see that 8-year-old little you. That's okay if you don't know. Messenger said you don't need to know. You just need to know that that's what the emotion is. So you're going to see her right in front of you, this little girl who feels worthless, and you're going to tell her the truth. What is the truth? That she is unconditionally loved and worthy and enough. That she didn't have to carry the weight of the world. She was a child. She was 8 years old. And I want you to witness her body being healed of the lies and the distortion until she is finally free. And you wait and you stay with her until she is finally happy and free. She's 8. Allow her to let go of all the burdens that she carried. She didn't have to carry those. She was 8. Has that been cleared? 100%. Good job. So now we get to kick this little deceiver's butt to the curb. So now that 8-year-old frequency was healed with unconditional love, now we're going to clear this thing out so it doesn't come back. A lot of people do spiritual clearing and it keeps coming back and they don't know why. It's because you didn't heal the part of you that's emitting that frequency, right? So we have to heal that. Would my hip be towed to my foot? Broken bones at the 16. Is your hip tied to your foot? No. So that's separate. So you would need to test that separate. All right, you ready to clear this deceiver? Is the hip tied to the foot? No, they're separate. So you'd have to test that separate. So I command this deceiver entity that was attached to me at 8 years old to leave my body now. I remove any tracers or trackers, and I become invisible to you. You can never find me in any timelines, in any dimensions, in any space, and I fill that space with unconditional love. You guys, the reason why I say any tracers or trackers is because I kept clearing things and they kept coming back and I didn't know why. It's because they would see that I'm about to clear things and they would leave like a pinpoint dot on me, like a tracer. And then as soon as I cleared, they would come back. So I clear all things. And the reason why I say all timelines, dimensions, and space is because time is not linear, okay? That time actually doesn't even exist. And they can find us in multiple dimensions, multiple timelines. So I clear all timelines, all dimensions, and all space. They can never, ever find me or see me or hurt me ever again. And then I fill that space, that void, right? That void that was created with unconditional love, which transmutes and alchemizes everything. And so it's instant. I clear everything. So when I clear, it's gone for good. It's not coming back. Okay? Has that been cleared? Yes, 100%. Does she need another key for her shoulder? Yes. Physical, emotional, spiritual, generational from your dad. Does she need the emotion? Nope. Yay, Sandy. So there's more generational trauma stored in your shoulder. Okay? Messenger said you didn't need to know more, so we're just going to command it to leave. I command the generational trauma that is stored in my shoulder to leave now. And I fill that space with unconditional love. And remember, you're breathing in love to the shoulder, witnessing it being healed, and you're breathing out the pain. Okay, feeling the energy move and clear. Has that been cleared? Yes, 100%. Does she need another key for her shoulder? Nope. That's it, Queen. Marie! You guys, Marie, down to a 1. She's the first one that we tested. She's down to a 1. Can we all massive heart Marie and just give her so much love? Okay, Marie, lower back pain went down from an 8 to a freaking 1. Every day, you guys. This is truth. You can do it too. I promise you. You're exactly me. I'm no better. I'm no smarter. I'm no talented. I've just remembered my truth, and my truth is I can heal myself in literal seconds. All right, Marie. Does Marie need another key? No. Okay, so Marie, we'll do your foot one more time, and we'll do your foot, and I think that will be it for tonight. So you guys, make sure you're following me. Get the free guide. What can you do? For me, is you can share the free guide with as many people as you can. If you see someone struggling or sick in your family or friends, share the free guide. Say, there's so much incredible information just in my free guide. I also attached a free Live Empowered course. If you have teenager kids or young adults, you guys, this is the number one personal development course. It is included for free in my free guide. Okay? When you are ready, if you're ready now, get my $27 advanced intuitive testing guide. It is the complete full system and exactly how to do this. All of the things I teach they're behind $1,000 paywalls. I paid thousands and thousands of dollars to learn these things when all I needed to do was trust my intuition. You guys, the keys are keys I just created for you to learn how to speak to the messenger quicker. It will be sent straight to your email. Instantly. Okay, if you guys want the free guide, just click the link in my bio. I do offer one-on-ones. Yes, I love my one-on-ones. One-on-ones are so powerful because I make sure that when you get off of the call with me, you know exactly how to do what I'm doing on this live. I make you do it with me. Yes, yay, morning sunrise. So if you want to do a one-on-one, you guys, the link is in my profile, or you can go to my website, heatherashleyjones.com. I would love to do it for you. Yes, you can read it now. You can start right away. All right, so let's do your foot pain, Queen, and then that will be it for tonight. So her foot, is it physical, emotional? It's spiritual. Your foot is spiritual. Okay, is it an unclean spirit? Is it a demonic? It's another deceiver. Suzette, I freaking love you, Queen. You made my whole night. Thank you. I would for to do it for me too. Spiritual, yep. So it's a deceiver, another deceiver entity. Do we need to know when this attached? Yes, age 1 through 5, 5 through 10, age 5, age 6. So this attached at age 7 to your foot. What's the emotion? Front page. 1 through 10, 10 through 20, 20 through 30, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Helplessness. Feeling helpless at age 7. So since you already cleared that 8-year-old little you, has this been cleared? Yes. So you cleared that when you healed your 8-year-old little self. So now all we have to do is remove this deceiver entity. Okay? Are there more than one? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are there more than 10? Are there more than 20? Are there more than 30? Are there more than 40? 31, 32, 33, 34. So there's 35 deceiver entities attached to your foot. Crazy. So we're going to clear them all. You're so welcome. You ready? I command these deceiver entities to leave my body now. I remove any tracers or trackers that have been implanted into my foot. I become invisible to you. You can never find me in any timelines, in any dimensions, in any space. Yep, 35. And I fill that space with unconditional love. And breathe in unconditional love into your foot and breathe out the pain. Now, some of you guys like to use in the name of Jesus, in the name of God, in the name of Yeshua. You guys, there is no right or wrong way. I teach you a way. There is no right or wrong way. If you feel like you need to say a certain thing, maybe you need to fill that space with something other than unconditional love. Maybe you need to fill that space with hope, peace, okay? I teach you the basics, okay? But even for the spiritual key, there are people who use different language for things and they don't resonate. They don't resonate with demonic. They resonate with something else, right? Look at cultures historically. Indian cultures, they have very specific spiritual things that are not good. Polynesians have very specific spiritual things. Africans, very specific spiritual culture, right? Americans, we have our own spiritual culture, language. So change these keys to work for you. These keys just open up the doorways. You will need to start learning how to ask questions, intuitive questions, okay? When you start to learn how to ask the right questions, the clearer, the more precise the question, right? The clear, accurate testing and clearing you will get. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, we're so close to 100K. Let's get there. Let's see if we can all just tap, tap, tap and get to 100K. Let's see if we can make it happen. I know we can because I think we've gotten there once in like 3 minutes. Okay, so is there another key? Hummingbird. Do you mean doing a one-on-one? So your foot. Do you need another key for your foot? Yes. Physical, emotional, spiritual, generational from your dad. Okay. Do you need to know the emotion? Yes. Front page, back page, 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63. Worthless. My goodness. Worthless. Generational trauma of worthless stored in your foot. So again, do we need to know more? Yes. How many generations back? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5 generations back. So I command this generational trauma that is stored in my foot, this worthless energy that is stored in my foot, to be cleared now. And I fill that space with unconditional love. Good job. Has that been cleared? 100%. Yeah, crazy. Okay, do you need another key for your foot? Yep. Physical, emotional, spiritual, generational, past life. I knew it. Absorbed. So a lot of times we'll have absorbed energies because we absorb energies in like weak points. But you just have some absorbed energy. Do you need to know more? Yes. Do you need to know the emotions? Yes. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you need to know all 5? Oof, yes. All right, you ready? Ready to write these down? 1 through 10, 10 through 20, 20 through 30, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Okay, humiliation is 1. Front page, back page. 50 through 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 60. Low self-esteem. Okay, these are all absorbed energies. Front page. 1 through 10, 10 through 20, 20 through 30, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. Hopelessness. Hopelessness. Okay. Front page, 1 through 10, 10 through 20, 20 through 30, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Helplessness. So the first one was helplessness and then hopelessness. Okay, last one. Front page, 1 through 10, 10 through 20, 20 through 30, 21, 22, 23, 7, 28, 29. Horror. Feeling horror. My goodness, no wonder your foot's killing you. Okay? How do I get those numbers? So you guys, in the $27 guide, I have the sheet. So they're all listed numerically. So I'm intuitively testing. Is it 1 through 10? No. 10 through 20? Yes. Okay, then I'll go 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. When I get a yes at the number, then that's the emotion. So 5 absorbed energies in your foot right now. Let's clear them. I command these absorbed energies to leave my body now. And I fill that space with unconditional love. I remove the humiliation. I remove the low self-esteem. I remove the hopelessness and helplessness and horror. And I fill it with unconditional love. So Hummingbird, I won't be able to go on tonight because I actually have an appointment at 9 o'clock. I have a one-on-one at 9 o'clock. But I will, if you come on my next live, I'll be on tomorrow. I'll try to get on earlier just for you. Okay, send me a private message. I'll let you know when I go live and we'll get you. Okay? So, how you feeling? But I would love for you to dive into that $27 guide so that when I'm doing it, you can test with me. You're welcome. Memorize, how is the pain? How is the pain in your shoulder, your back? Yes, get the guide, brother. And we're so close to 100,000, but that's okay. We're so close. I'm doing something wrong with the form. That's okay. Dale. Dale's down to a 1. Yes, look at all these. Your hips down to a 3. Oh my goodness. Yes, I love this. So you guys, these results, I literally see them every day. If you want to witness miracles in your life, start with yourself. If you want to witness an absolute miracle, start with yourself. Do these things for yourself, okay? Heal yourself. Do you help with being surrounded by jealousy? I'm surrounded by jealousy all the time. That's just what comes with the territory, queen. Don't let it bother you. Don't let it get you down. There's going to be people that hate you, that love you, or despise you. Who cares? Thanks, Veronica. Yes, Dale, I'm so dang proud of you. How do you open the book? Did you get if you got the download, once you download it, it's an ebook. Okay, and the links will send you right to the video trainings. But make sure when you download it, you save it, because a lot of people, they don't download it and they're like, I can't find it. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing night. I do have to hop off, but I love you. Thank you for following me. Thank you for sharing. It means so much. Yeah. I will be on tomorrow night. And yeah, we'll see you then. Okay, love you guys. Thank you all for the love and the heart. Thank you, Suzette. Additionally, love you, Queen. Bye, guys.